Madam Speaker, my question is to the Minister for Racing. Minister, it's clear that not all ex-Tasmanian racing and pacing horses end up buried at Zoodoo, as did the unfortunate harness racer Alone Again. In a truly shocking expose, the ABC's 7:30 report has confirmed thoroughbred racing and pacing horses from Tasmania are being transported to die at slaughterhouses interstate. Minister, please inform the House how it could be that Tasmanian-born thoroughbreds are winding up at an abattoir in Caboolture, Queensland. What action have you taken as responsible minister since the ABC investigation went to air to stop this grotesque cruelty and waste of animal life? Can you detail to the House what happens to thoroughbred racing and trotting horses in Tasmania once they no longer turn a profit for their owners?
Thank you. The Honourable Minister for Racing.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the Honourable Member for her question, but I don't accept the first comment that she made in relation to Zoodoo. She knows full well that that's been fully investigated.
Yeah, it was buried at Zoodoo.
Yeah, and there's been various allegations that the Greens have made under the protection of parliamentary privilege in relation to that business. And besmirching that business, has never once apologised for doing so. Never once apologised for doing so. So that's unfortunate in itself. To get to the issue that Ms O'Connor then referred to, can I say at the outset that the welfare of animals within the racing industry and across Tasmania generally, of course, and indeed post-retirement of the racing industry is a priority for the Hodgman majority Liberal government.
You're paying to breed horses to die.
Following the airing of disturbing footage on the ABC in Queensland abattoirs, and there has been understandable... Well, look, I would like to address this because it is a very serious issue. I think members in this...
Ms O'Connor, please allow the Attorney-General to continue her conversation.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members in this House, we're all, and indeed the racing industry here, can I stress, are equally disturbed by what occurred in that Queensland abattoir as well, because they realise that besmirches their industry as well. So there's been understandable concern from the community and the racing industry, as I just said. So accordingly, since allegations were broadcast of the slaughter of retired thoroughbred horses interstate, our Office of Racing Integrity here in Tasmania has undertaken to review the retirement process of all thoroughbred and standardbred horses and the responsibility of owners, review national database statistics, work with other interstate regulatory bodies around a national horse traceability register and national and local rule changes regarding the humane euthanasia of horses. Importantly, I'm informed that neither the Office of Racing Integrity or Tas Racing have received information or evidence from other parties that the mass slaughter of thoroughbred horses is an issue in Tasmania. And despite some despite some reference to Tasmanian horses being killed in an abattoir elsewhere, the Office of Racing Integrity and Tas Racing have not yet been able to investigate the claims, as the ABC has not released information to Racing Australia. Following the airing of the allegations, the Queensland Government announced an investigation into the abattoirs involved. The Office of Racing Integrity and Tas Racing will consider any findings of the Queensland investigation and inquiry and will provide advice to me in terms of applicability to the Tasmanian horse racing industry. You should cancel the breeder's bonus. Can I stress, though, if anyone, that's goes for members in this House or indeed all Tasmanians, if they have any concerns in relation to animal welfare within the industry, they should contact the Office of Racing Integrity, the RSPCA or the Department of Primary Industries, Parks, Water and Environment to enable those concerns to be properly investigated. And it is important also, Madam Speaker, that I mention our off-the-track program because there is in this state the traceability of racehorses from birth to retirement. It is a requirement of the racing industry. And then what? And as I said, and then what? I've told the House, I've just informed the House of what review will take place in relation to that. I'm now turning to the very importance of our off-the-track program And indeed, I think that the House is entitled to know the details of that.
Well, will it address what happens to racehorses after they're retired?
The National Traceability
Yes,
Rule was introduced by Racing Australia 3 years ago, with which local owners were required to comply with. This allows ORI to have the ability to track the registered horse's movements throughout its career up to until the owner retires and deregisters the horse. The national rules also require the owners to provide the reasons for the horse's retirement. Now, each year, many millions of dollars are invested across the industry to ensure the welfare of animals is protected. Tasracing and the industry operates the off-the-track program, which is funded through contributions of prize money and additional funding from Tasracing.
Breeders' bonus.
The program is designed to promote the welfare of retired racehorses by encouraging those involved in horse sports to consider a retired racehorse and to recognise and reward existing owners of retired Tasmanian racehorses for their achievements beyond racing. What Ms O'Connor is trying to do is besmirch the Tasmanian industry, which is doing very good work in this space. I've said in response to...
No, point of order. I do take personal offence to that. This is not about besmirching the local industry. This is about getting the Minister to explain what action she's taken to ensure Tasmanian racehorses are not being sent to abattoirs in the state.
Okay,
And Madam
so
Speaker-
that's not a point of order, but I don't think the Minister meant to besmirch you.
Well, Madam Speaker, I answered the member's question in relation to the review that's occurring in relation to the retirement process, the review of the national database statistics, and continuing to work with interstate regulatory bodies around a national horse traceability register, because national action would be required in that regard. More than 500 ex-racehorses have participated in our off-the-track program just in 2018-19 alone. About 60% of thoroughbreds, with the balance being standard breds. Tasracing is working with other principal racing authorities in other jurisdictions on a national approach to further enhancing equine welfare. But I just urge the Greens not to come out and this with
Well, you
this
haven't said
knee-jerk
a word for the
reaction,
past 2 weeks. You've been
criticising our
silent on this.
Tasmanian
Miss
racing
O'Connor, that's
industry, and
extremely
they have absolutely,
disorderly or disorderly, whatever.
Madam
It's
Speaker,
awful.
they have absolutely no evidence
This is on the back of a major ABC investigation. A major
in Tasmania, and as I've
investigation. Of
informed
course
the
we have
House,
evidence.
that work is being done.